How are you all doing today? So in my last tutorial, I taught you guys how to draft this beautiful top. And in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to stitch them together. If this sounds like what you're interested in learning, keep on watching. Let's get started. So I have all my pieces, which I'm going to be using. These are the pattern pieces, both the front and the back. And then I have my Ankara prints on top of the table. So this is 6 yards of Ankara prints, but we are actually not going to use everything for the upper part. And I have my lining, I have my cotton, hairstay, and then the paper gum. The hairstay is going to be going into the fabric, that is the Ankara print, and the paper gum will be going into the lining piece. So now I'm going to fuse this into the Ankara print and the lining. What I mean is I'm going to be fusing the hairstay into the Ankara print and then the paper gum into the lining. So what I usually do is to place my paper on top the material first and then cut out the fabric, which is going to be enough for the pattern, and then I'll cut it out and then iron the hairstay and the paper gum into the fabric, that is the main fabric, and the lining piece. Okay, then after that I'll go ahead and place my pattern on top of it, put in my allowances and cut it out. So now you can see I've cut it out. Now the front is on fold, that is the center front is cut on folds. As you can see, I added 1/2 inch for the shoulder and then 1/2 inch for the sides. Can you see? And I'm trying to notch the under bust point. Please do notch yours because it's very important when you want to sew the side front and the center front together. As you can see, I'm also trying to notch the underbust of the side fronts. Now I added 1 inch to the down part of the center front. Can you see? And you can see that I also cut out my lining, and the lining is 1 inch shorter than the actual fabric. Now for the side seam, I added just 1.5 inches. Okay, that is what I want to use. So I'm done explaining that of the front piece, and here we have the back. So for the back, I've added my 1/2 inch for the shoulder, 1/2 inch for the armhole, 1.5 inches for the side, 1 inch for the down parts, and then for the zipper allowance I added 1 inch, and the lining is also 1 inch shorter than the actual fabric. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove all my pattern pieces so that we can start to join them together. Okay, so as you can see, I am done removing them and I'm trying to separate the actual fabric from the lining pieces. Okay, so yeah, we are going to start by joining the front parts. Can you see? So this is my center front. As you can see, it's being cut on folds, and this is the back pieces. Now I'm going to go ahead and pad it with my hairstay and my paper gum. Can you see what I want to do? And whatever it is I'm trying to pad is not going to exceed the under bust point. Now from the under bust point, the height is going to be 8 inches, and that is what I'm trying to explain right here. So I will go and fuse it, and then for the side, this is the way I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so I'm just basically explaining what I'll be doing and how I'll be cutting it out, even though we already know how to do this, but I just want to show you. So I'll be using the hairstay for the actual material, and then I'll be using the paper gum for the lining. So as you can see, exactly what I explained, that is how I cut it out and then ironed it to the actual fabric and the lining, as you can see. Now, after all of this, we are going to go ahead and start to join it together. So you remember that the side front is into 2 pieces, right? So I'm going to like use my pin to hold it in place. As you can see, I'm trying to arrange it. And after that, I will go ahead and sew it using 1/2 inch. Remember, we added 1/2 inch for stitching allowance. So I will sew that of the right part and also sew that of the left part, just as you can see me trying to arrange. And after sewing that, I will also repeat the same process for the lining. All right. So whatever it is I'm doing on the actual fabric, I'm going to repeat the exact same thing for the lining. So this is me showing you, or basically saying I'll be using 1/2 inch to join it together. I am done joining that, and you can see how this is standing already. So whatever you cut out is what determines if your bustier is going to be standing. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and join the neckline. So I will start by stitching on the V neckline just like this, and after stitching that, I will also stitch the actual neck depth. Okay, and after stitching that, I'll move over to the down parts and stitch that, and after that I will stitch up the side seam. Okay, remaining the V on the middle part, which is the center. So that is what I'm going to do, and here I'm trying to explain that I will also repeat the same process for the back piece. So for the back, I will sew the neckline. After that, I will top stitch, and then I will go down and sew the down parts. After that, I will also top stitch and then stitch the side seam. Okay, that will be for the back. Now I am done doing that, and you can see this is what we have. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat how I stitch this one more time. So first of all, stitch the V neckline, and after that you're going to fold it in like this before stitching the neck depth, and after that you're going to have to top stitch on the neck depth. Now after that, move over to the down part and stitch the down part. You know that the lining is 1 inch shorter, right? So you're going to drag the lining downward and make sure it aligns with the hemline of the actual fabric before you stitch it with 1/2 inch. And then after that, you're going to have to top stitch, and once you're done doing that, you're also going to drag it upwards to get to the underarm and stitch it up. And after that, you're going to now go ahead and stitch up the V that you have in the middle of the front. Okay, so I hope you understand. Now, having done that, I have also stitched up the back. Okay, so this is my back piece, and you can see the back is divided into two, right? Now after that, you're going to have to mark out your zipper allowance, and then you're going to sew in the zipper. As you can see, this is very, very simple to sew. Okay, the really important part is the drafting of this pattern, but the stitching is our normal way of sewing the bustier. Now that I'm done sewing in my zipper, and I'm going to place it right side facing each other, and after that I'm going to go ahead and stitch up the side seam, as you can see. All right, so I'm just trying to place it, and then I will be stitching up the side seam. Can you see? So I will go ahead and make sure I mark out all my body shapes, and then I'll stitch it. Okay, making sure that the V right at the center of the front is aligning with the zipper. Okay, so you know that the zipper is the middle of the back, so the V shape is the middle of the front, right? So you're going to make sure that they align very well before you stitch up the side seam. And after that, I will go ahead and join my shoulders together, as you can see me trying to explain. So for the shoulder, you're going to align the lining to lining and the actual fabric to the actual fabric. And then after that, I will show you guys what I have achieved. Okay, so yeah, I am done joining the side seams and also sewing the shoulders together, and this is what we have. All right, now I will go ahead and cut out my sleeve. So this is the sleeve I'll be using. For the inspiration, the sleeve they use is a straight sleeve, but a free straight sleeve. Okay, even though I don't know the body shape of the owner of that inspiration, the person might be on a big size, I don't know, but I feel like that sleeve is a free straight sleeve. But the one I'm using here is a bell sleeve. Okay, can you see a stylish bell sleeve that will be straight from the armhole to the elbow, and then it will look like a funnel from the elbow to the wrist. Okay, so that is what I am trying to do here, because I don't want to do the exact inspiration on the sleeve. We want to be able to be creative. And also, if you feel like you want the V right at the front part not to be too wide, you want to go down a little, like extending your length to the hip, so that it can just be narrow and not too wide, just like mine. So yeah, this is the final look of this our blouse. You can see it is so stylish, and I feel like I added a little bit of tweet to mine. And I won't also be using the cover button. If you want yours to have a cover button, go ahead and produce that and tack it at the middle of the front. Okay, so guys, this is what it looks like on the mannequin, and this will bring us to the end of this tutorial. If you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done yet. I will see you all in my next tutorial.